Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, time to rock and roll. Good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome. Jacque T. Morris, Atlanta Zone shirt and tie guy. Now, let me tell you a little bit about myself for those that don't know me. I started online marketing June 2011, and I have to admit, ladies and gentlemen, it was pretty rough there for about a year and a half, 2 years. Found myself in October 2012, a negative bank balance, contemplating whether or not to go back to corporate America because, I had left corporate America. I was earning $45,000 a year here in Atlanta, Georgia, driving trucks. And, I really didn't want to go back. But, when you have a negative bank balance and things are rough, sometimes, you really don't know what to do. So, long story short, I stayed the course the end of 2013, had a slight breakthrough 2014, made a little bit more than $80,000. That was my best year up until that time, and that was better than any year I had had in corporate America also. Then here in 2015, in 6.5 months, as of July 15th, made a little bit more than $100,000. So that was totally cool. And then on November the 12th, made a little bit more than $200,000. So multiple six-figure income earner, working from the comforts of my home, using the internet, teaching others, providing value, and just doing a number of different things. So tonight, what we're going to do on this particular webinar is we're going to have a centralized focus. So without further ado, because like I said, I want to try to be as concise as possible. Let me just go ahead and pull up these slides here and go ahead. Okay, cool. So tonight's topic of discussion for our webinar, and again, I want to thank you and welcome all of you again. Get a pen and piece of paper so that way you can take some notes, because I'm definitely going to provide you with some value and give you some things to really think about this evening as you assess your business. You look forward to closing this year out strong, as well as having a phenomenal 2016. So, how to build a 100K business, like how to build $100,000 a year business. Simply put, ladies and gentlemen, you need to build a list. Now, I'm sure some of you have heard about list building before. There are different types of lists. I'm going to expound, if you will, on these a little bit later. So there's a marketing list, there is a customer list, which is commonly referred to as a buyer's list. Write that down for me. A customer's list is commonly referred to as a buyer's list. And the bottom line with a customer/buyer's list is that individuals have already spent money. So the probability of them spending more money with you is very, very high. So when you're building any type of list, if you can build a solid customer list, that is golden. All right, then there's a prospect list. So a prospect list, let's just say you're in health and wellness and you have a particular capture page or website. People are putting their email in there, exchange for a free video, some free information. Those are prospects for that particular product or service or company or what have you. A marketing list is essentially, a list of individuals whose email addresses you have, and you can market whatever you want to them. Now, this particular webinar, I did not post this on Facebook. Sometimes I put things on my Facebook, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I simply just send out email messages to those that are on my marketing list, and hey, I just simply play with whoever shows up, meaning people show up, I share the information. If nobody shows up, I share the information. Why? Because I always want to be prepared and I never know when people are going to show up. However, here lately, the majority of the time people do show up. All right, cool. So let me see here. And we've had a few more people jump on since we got started. So make sure you stay to the end. Have a free gift for everyone. This is free gift giveaway Wednesday. Mr. Generous, Jacque T. Morris. Okay, all right, let's move on. All right. So I think I told you before, if you didn't get it, you're going to get it now. Stay to the end. A free bonus for all attendees that I'm going to give away. There's going to be a Q&A session. So if you have any questions, please write those down as I'm going through the information. And then I'm going to have free giveaway for everybody. And then we're going to have more bonus giveaways. Okay, cool. All right. Build my list. All right, so we're going to go behind the scenes of Build My List. We're going to take a look at Jacque's list. We're going to go inside of my Aweber autoresponder account, and we're going to take a look at one of Jacque's accounts, and we're going to take a look at money that you're leaving on the table, ladies and gentlemen. And okay, yeah, we're going to take a look at money that you're leaving on the table, because if you're not effectively building a list, then you're leaving thousands, perhaps tens of thousands of dollars on the table every single month or every single year. Now, let me ask this question really quick, because I want to get a feel for our audience. The audience earlier, they were predominantly one way versus the other. So here's my question to everybody that's actually on the webinar this evening, and that is, are you actively building a list? Please type into the chat box yes or no. Are you actively building a list? Please type into the chat box yes or no. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm like literally dumbfounded by the results here. Okay. All right. So, man, this is wow. Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Again, before I move on, because again, is this going to give me an assessment of the audience that we have here? Okay. All right. So, and some of you didn't answer, and I can see all of you. I just want you to know. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, the vast majority, I'm going to say like 95% of you said no. 95% of you said no. You said you're not building a list. Now, please type into the chat box for me as to why, or I just want to get a feel for some of the reasons why some of you are not building a list. Is it money? Is it you don't know how? Is it you don't understand the importance? Just, is it timing or what? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. 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 Cool. 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 Okay. All right. So the vast majority of you said don't know how. Some said money. Some said don't see the importance. Some said lack of funds. Some say I tried to stop, didn't understand it. Okay, cool. All right, that's enough. I have enough feedback, so that way I can definitely tailor the information this evening. So let me address one of the issues, and that is a lack of funds. Here's the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen. A lack of funds should not be a reason, because you not building a list is costing you tons of money. And I'm going to show you that tonight. Or better yet, do I have your permission? Do I have your permission to show you how you're losing money by not having a list? Do I have your permission, ladies and gentlemen? That's everybody. That's a question for everybody. Do I have your permission to show you? Okay, cool. All right, again, I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you that. And this is going to make a lot of sense to many of you. Man, this is, oh man. Okay. So, all right, just really quick before I move on. When I first started online, the gurus, the guys that were earning the type of income that I was wanting to earn, I kept hearing build a list, build a list. So I started building a list. Then you know what I did, ladies and gentlemen? I stopped building a list. Number one, because I didn't want to pay for an autoresponder service. I thought, like many of you, like, hey, man, this is just an extra expense, extra bill. I can't afford this, like, man, please. And then two, I really didn't understand the value. So if there's two things that you take away, or better yet, we'll say three, because number one, I said I'm going to give everybody a free report. So we're going to take that away. The other two things, number two, is I want you to come away tonight understanding the value of building a list. And then the third thing that I want you to come away with tonight is an understanding of how or why you may be losing thousands of dollars each and every month by not building a list. Okay? So that's what I want you to take away. Again, you can get more, but hey, it is what it is. Okay? All right, cool. All right. So how much did I earn in 7 days? How much did Jacque earn in 17 days? Now I'm getting ready to pull up an image here, and it's going to give you some dates so you can see when the dates were. And then what I want everybody to do is take a look at the dollar amount that was earned in 17 days. And I want you to put that dollar amount in the chat box. So here comes the image. Here it is. These are the dates, 11/1/2015 through 11/17/2015. This is the amount right here in the right-hand corner. Please type that amount in the chat box. This is how much I've earned from one source of income in the first 17 days of this particular month. All right, I need everybody to put it in the chat box because I want to make sure that everybody sees it. Okay, I see it. It's scrolling through the chat box. Excellent. I appreciate your participation. You, ladies and gentlemen, are on fire this evening. You're going to make me turn it up a few notches. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, so that's $10,709.50, ladies and gentlemen, in 17 days from one source of income. And here's the bottom line. Any of you that are on this training or taking a look at it, any of you can do this. Number one, you have to believe that you can. Number two, you have to have a plan that's going to help you to get there. And number three, you got to have a list. So if I made nearly $11,000 in 17 days with a list, let me ask you, do you see the importance of having a list? Yes or no? Because I'm not going to say all of this money. However, I'll say the vast majority of it was generated simply because I have a list. And I'm going to show you that list. Okay. All right. Yeah. I see some of you were on here earlier this afternoon. So y'all, you guys cheating. You came back for both. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So let's move on. Okay, so I asked that question earlier, who's actively building a list? I got to feel that 95% of our audience is not building a list. And that's unfortunate because, again, you are leaving thousands of dollars on the table. So I'm going to give you three solid reasons to build a list. Some of you may have seen this in an email that I put out a couple days ago, and then some of you may have just simply missed it, because you didn't feel necessitated to read the information. So number one, a list is a real online asset. If you know anything about assets, ladies and gentlemen, essentially what you understand is that an asset has real life monetary value. Okay, so that's number one reason to build a list. Number two, you can make money on demand. How would you like to write an email, spend 10, 15, let's just say you spent 30 minutes writing an email, and then you made $100 when you send it out to your list? Well, how much is that per hour? Well, you spent 30 minutes and you made $100. So if you were to spend, well, that's what, $100. Well, you know what? Let me keep it simple. Let's say it took you an hour. Okay, I know the math now. Okay, so basically that's $200 an hour. Okay, that's basically $200 an hour. If you spent 30 minutes writing an email and you earned $100 and you did a dollar per hour ratio, that would be $200 per hour. Okay, I almost confused myself, and I love numbers. All right, so you can make money on demand. Number three, you have predictable income. Why? This is really important because, again, our topic of discussion and what I'm slanting this information toward this evening is making $100,000 a year. Income disclaimer: your results may vary. No amount of income is guaranteed. I don't know if you're going to put in the work. I don't know if you're going to listen to me. I don't know what you're going to do. So predictable income. Why? Because on average, ladies and gentlemen, per month, each subscriber on your list is worth about $1. Obviously, not every subscriber on there is going to give you $1, but per month, on average, it works out to be about $1 per month per subscriber. So if you want to earn $5,000 a month, let's build a 5,000 subscriber list. 10,000, let's build a 10,000 subscriber list. If you want 500, let's build a 500 subscriber list, so on and so on. And these numbers work out to be pretty good. Sometimes, that average is a little bit more. Sometimes it's a little bit less, just depending on the relationship that you build with your list. So far, is this good stuff? Are you getting value out of it? If you're getting value, type in value for me before we move to the next slide and I'll take a sip of water. If you're getting some value here, let me know. Excellent, excellent. Okay, appreciate your feedback. I guess everybody is just a lot more awake and attentive in the evening. All right, cool. All right, so how much per day do you need to earn for 100K? Well, the number is actually slightly lower than what I'm about to share with you on the screen. However, this is what I this is my personal motto, if you will. $333.33 per day keeps Jacque above 10K per month. You don't have to adopt this same thought process and philosophy. This is just mine. And quite honestly, I'm looking to double that. So, um, again, depending on what your income goal is, well, okay, yeah, I'll back up. So, depending on what your income goal is, you need to know your numbers. You need to know your numbers. And then you also need to know the numbers based on your goal that's relative or congruent with the size of your list. Hopefully, I didn't confuse anybody. Bottom line, if you want to make $5,000 per month, you need to break that down and understand how much income needs to be generated per day. So then, if you want to earn that much, then hey, you need to be aggressively building your list toward a 5,000 person list. So again, I don't know your numbers. Okay. Yeah, I don't know your numbers. I don't know your goals. Just know yours. Just know yours and know how it relates to list building. Okay. All right. So again, know your numbers based on your goal. How much income per month do you want to generate? Put that in the chat box real quick for me. How much income do you that's a personal question. Do you want to generate per month? Put that in the chat box for me. Let's see what everybody's goals are. Let's see here. All right, I see 13K a month. I see 10K. I see 250,000, 2,500, 10K, 15,000. Couple more 10, 7,000, 20,000, 9,000, 20,000, 4,000, 10, 10. 9,000 per month, 3,000. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All of those, every single one of them are attainable, ladies and gentlemen. Every single one is attainable. And again, the easiest way, or better yet, all right, I see 25,000. The most leveraged way is going to be through building a list. Put that at the top of your paper. Again, write down your income goal, write down, build a list, and then the number of subscribers that you need on your list. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to go on the inside of Build My List. Let me tell you what Build My List is. Build My List is a training, step-by-step training program. And here's some points of interest that I want you to pay attention to as I'm going to share this information with you. And we're also going to go inside my list. We're going to go inside of my accounts, and then I'm going to show you the money that's on the table. Okay, so and then we'll go inside to Build My List. So points of interest that you're going to want to take note of inside of this Build My List training program are list building basics, types of list building, because there's different types of marketing, autoresponder, and again, 95% of you said that you don't do any type of list building, and so you may, or you're probably not familiar with the autoresponder. It may seem foreign to you. You may think of some type of remote control or something that goes onto to the back of your car or something like that. It's not. It's something that you can effectively use in your business. And don't worry, like, I can laugh and joke about this now. However, I remember when I first came online and people were like, hey, you need to get an autoresponder. I was like, an auto what? I was like, man, please. I just want to make money. So again, points of interest. There's also free traffic versus paid traffic. And I've shared this before, and I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen. 90 to 92% of what I've been able to generate and create over the last 4 years has been 90 to 92% of it has been for free. I just have not been a huge paid marketer. It just, it just hasn't been my forte. Let me ask this question though, because I asked this earlier on the webinar, and here's the question, and I'm going to phrase it a different way. If you have, well, better yet, let me see. How do I want to phrase it this time? Okay, yeah, we'll just use the dollar by dollar model. If you had a machine on the inside of your house, let's just say in the kitchen. I don't know why I'm putting it in the kitchen, but hey, that's just what I'm going to do because, I can do that, right? Right. Okay, cool. So you have a machine, it's in the kitchen, and let's just say it's sitting right next to the microwave. Yeah, we're going to make this instant. We're going to make it fun. All right, a machine inside your house, sitting next to the microwave. Every time you put a dollar in this machine, it spits out $2. Let me repeat that. A machine inside your house, in the kitchen, sitting right next to the microwave. Every time you put a dollar in, it spits. Well, maybe I shouldn't use spits. It generates $2 or it gives you back $2. How often would you put $1 bills into that machine, ladies and gentlemen, if you had that in your kitchen next to your microwave? How often would you put $1 bills into that machine if it were going to give you $2 bills back? Every second, constantly, all day, every minute, all the time. Anybody else? Every minute, every minute, every minute, all the time, continuously. Right, that only makes sense. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a really good illustration for how paid traffic works. And that's why I'm so excited to learn paid traffic. I'm so excited to like really convert my business model to 92 to 90% paid and 10% free, because I want to put money in and get money and leads out. Yeah, there's another button on that machine. When it spits out the $2, it's also going to spit out a new lead to go on your list. Now, again, that's paid marketing. That's what I'm looking forward to doing. All right, cool. So let me see here. Okay, all right. Let me see here. Okay, all right, cool. All right, so let's do this. I thought I had a slide here that said go on the inside. I don't know. Anyway, let me, okay, let me do this. Okay, let me come here and let me go. All right, I said I was going to go to my accounts. That's what I said I was going to do. Okay. All right, cool. So let's come here to Aweber, and this is one of my autoresponder accounts. Okay, Aweber. So how many of you are familiar with Aweber? Or better yet, who on here is not familiar with Aweber? Type in no. If you're not familiar with Aweber, type in no. And this is pretty cool because I'm going to show you my list, and then I'm going to show you the three different types of lists that I shared with you earlier. Okay. 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 Cool. 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 Okay. Cool. 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 All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Very well. Okay. So this is an autoresponder. An autoresponder allows you to build a list and collect emails, first names, or more information if you want. As you can see here, my list is like 6,100. There are a lot of, I say probably about 1,500 duplicates, meaning there are individuals that are on one list and they're on another list and they're on another list. So, about 1,500 duplicates. Totally cool. All right, so let's take a look at some of these lists because I want you to understand this. And okay, so this is a marketing list, 404 blogging. I created this list back when I was doing a company called Empower Network. It was a blogging company at the time, a make money online company, whatever. And I was building a couple different lists because I was using a couple different systems and capture pages. Hopefully I'm not talking over and beyond anybody's head. This particular list, I can send them whatever I want to send them. Like I can just send them anything. And some of them will open the email, some won't. As you can see, out of the 80 people on this list, 5 unsubscribed. They said, you know what, Jacque, you send too many emails. I'm hitting the unsubscribe link. I don't want to get your messages. That is totally cool with me, ladies and gentlemen. Some people curse me out. They call me all types of names and things because I send emails, and I don't take it personal, and so what I understand is that, hey, people are going to unsubscribe. I'm going to put more subscribers on my list. I've had days where I've generated 100, 150, 180. I think maybe my highest day was maybe a little bit more than 200 leads. Really can't remember. However, my goal is to be able to generate My goal is to be able to generate over 1,000 leads per day. That's my personal goal. Again, I don't know anybody else's goal. That's what I'm working toward. So here, if we look at, let me see here. Let me see. Okay, let's take a look at this list. Dropship Mogul. Many of you may or may not be familiar with my product that's called Dropship Mogul. Anyway, when you go to Dropship Mogul, and let me just pull it up real quick because I just want to show you how this works. Okay, dropshipmogul.com. All right, so you come here to dropshipmogul.com, and this is what is referred to as a capture page. You put your email address in, it captures your information. That's what it's called. It's a capture page. So you put your email address in, boom, guess what? Your email address goes onto this list right here. 1,681 people on this list. 257 said, Jacque, you're crazy. I don't want your emails, guy. Don't email me anymore. And you know what I say? That's totally cool, because guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to find you on Facebook. I'm going to find you. You can't escape the shirt and tie guy. No, I'm just joking with you. Anyway, 1,424 people are still active on this list. Every time I send an email, it goes to 1,424 people. Whether they open it or not, I'm not going to say that it doesn't matter. Like, it's all relative to numbers and percentages, okay? Cool. So I showed you a marketing list. This right here is a prospect list, because individuals that went to dropshipmogul.com, they have, for the majority part, a definite interest in learning something about drop shipping or e-commerce. So they are potential prospects to purchase my product, Dropship Mogul. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to excuse me. Hopefully that makes sense to everyone. Now you see I have here a customers list. Earlier, I told you a customers list is also referred to as a what kind of list. Put that in the chat for me. I want to see who was paying attention. Earlier, I said a customers list is also referred to as a what kind of list. Who was paying attention? Buyers, buyers, buyers list, buyers list, buyers list. Yes, it is. Give me just a second. Okay, I'm back. Had to get some water. Okay, so customers. And again, this is just one customer list. On this customer list, 384 people were added to it because they purchased something from me. 39 said, shirt and tie guy, I do not want your emails anymore. 345 customers, people that have already spent money with me, are on this list. What did I say earlier? People spend money with individuals that they like, know, and trust. And if somebody spends money with you one time, even if it's just $1, the probability of them spending money with you again is exponentially greater. It just is what it is. So again, I hope you understand that. Now, this is, my biggest autoresponder account. Again, 6,100, nearly 6,200 leads on here. About 1,500 are duplicates. So what does that mean? Roughly about 4,600 people are, or 4,600 emails are unique. That's basically what that means. So a list, ladies and gentlemen, is powerful. It is very, very powerful. Okay. So I'll tell anybody, I don't have the biggest list. No, I don't. One of the things I do probably more than anybody is I email my list on a regular basis. And if you're on my list, that's probably how you got on this webinar. And sometimes you're like, man, Jacque, you're just raining in my email box. And here's the thing, like, man, I send out so much that if you open my emails, you almost have to keep opening my emails. Why? Because if you don't, you're going to miss something. Like, it just is what it is. Like some people came in here late. I noticed we have a good bit, we have a good amount more individuals on the webinar that are here now than were at the beginning. And so I'm going to tell everybody that's on here, stay to the end, because I got a free gift for you. You may jump off because you may be like, guess what? I already know all this, anyway. So cool. All right, now moving on. And okay, all right, cool. So what did I want to show you? Okay, yeah, I know what I wanted to show you. I guess you can tell I don't have anything written down, huh? Okay, so let's go over to JVZoo. All right, remember I said that my personal goal is to generate $333.33 per day. Sometimes I hit that goal, sometimes I blow that goal away, sometimes I don't. On average, though, I exceed that goal on average, and that's something that you have to look at in business, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, even on a yearly basis. Because, hey, you may have a bad year. You just might, or have a year where you don't reach your goals. However, the probability of you having 2 bad years in a row, again, is not very likely as long as you're continuing to progressively move forward. So, if you can see here today, earnings was $245.50. And I'm just looking at this one particular side here. That's the only side that I'm looking at, because when I showed you the screenshot earlier, I told you that income was from one particular source, and that is on this side. Well, yesterday, what was it? $711. So you can see here, in 2 days and 48 hours, you're talking about $955. Again, just with one revenue source. We're not even looking at this side over here. We're just looking strictly at the right, and that's just one stream of income. Today, I actually had to go to the chiropractor, just a maintenance visit, nothing major, just a quick maintenance visit. And I was sitting there waiting on them to call me back. And I looked at my phone, $200 came in. And that's leverage. That's the power of a list, ladies and gentlemen. So let me show you how this essentially correlates, or how your list translates to dollars. Let's see here. Let me turn this off. Let me turn the screen off for just a quick second. And let me see here. Man, give me just a second here. What is going on? What in the world? Oh my goodness. Can I mute this? Okay. Hopefully it'll stop. Okay. Give me just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So, okay. So how does it translate to dollars? Okay. Let's just go ahead. Oh man. Okay. So whatever. Maybe I don't know how to get into my account. Hopefully, won't none of you will steal my money. All right. So let's see if we can get into the account here. Okay. So, and I'm going to ask you a question here in just a moment. So you can see here, $16,578.10. That's just in the PayPal account. I showed on a webinar like some weeks ago, um, real live bank account. And this is the power, ladies and gentlemen, again, of a list. You can print money on demand, and granted, you want to provide value to that list. However, this is what I want you to understand. Your list translates to income. And if you're not building a list, you're leaving thousands of dollars on the table. I don't care if you're doing e-commerce. I don't care if you're doing network marketing. It does not matter. It does not matter. It does not matter what you're doing. You need to be building a list. Your list is money. Money. Now, let me ask this question. Let's go ahead and log out of there. All right. Okay, so here's my question. And let me see. I think I did this earlier. Let me see here. Okay, all right, right here. Okay, let me pull this up. Okay. How many of you, all right, based on the amount of years that you've been living, have at least $100 per year in your bank account? Based on the number of years that you've been living, how many have at least $100 per year in your bank account? So I've been living 40 years, so that'd be 40 times 100, which is 4,000. If you have that, put in yes. Or better yet, if you don't have that, put in no. Or put in yes if you have it, put in no if you don't. And again, I'm not going to call out your names or anything like that. Man, you don't have to worry about that. I just want, a real life, real life case study here, of individuals in, just getting a feel for what's going on here. All right, so based on the individuals that responded, let me just look back through it here. All right, so based on everybody that responded, I'm going to say looks like about 80 to 85% of you are saying no. Again, based on those that responded. Now, let me ask the question another way. Based on the number of years that you've been living, how many of you have at least $1,000 per year that you've been living in the bank? So if I've been living 40 years, that'd be 40 times 1,000, which would be $40,000. And again, put your answer in the chat box, and I'm gonna, okay, okay, all right. Again, everybody, put your answer in the chat box based on 1,000 years. I mean, 1,000 years. That'd be a long time, right? $1,000. Okay, cool. All right, very well. And again, I know some of you may be like, "Hey, I ain't telling you my personal banking information, Jacque." Trust me, I looked at it real quick, and out of the individuals that responded, there were two. So that means like, maybe like maybe three to 5% of individuals that are on this webinar have $1,000 for every year. And see, that's just something to think about because and the reason I thought about it was because my dad asked me that one day. He said somebody had asked him. And so, we got into this discussion about numbers and finances. And the reality is a lot of us work, X amount of years in our life, or we've had these jobs, we make X amount of money, and we don't save. We don't save. Like we just live from check to check, or we live from behind check, or, and again, I understand things get difficult for us all. So, I just want to encourage you, hey, start saving, start putting things into perspective because you never know when that day is going to come, when it's going to rain. Make it a goal. Again, hey, if you can save $100 a month, at least that way you're doing something. Make it a point to save something that you're just not going to touch unless it's like life threatening. Again, to first develop the habit of saving. That's what you have to do first. You have to become effective in your money management processes because a lot of times what we think, ladies and gentlemen, is that it's all about making more money. Well, guess what? If we don't know how to effectively manage the amount of income or money that we have right now, then what do we think is going to happen when we get 10,000 leads on a list and we're making $10,000 a month? Do you really think that much is going to change? Let me just tell you, when I was negative and compare it to now, I'm a lot more savvy with my money. I just am. So, hey, I encourage you, start developing the habit right now. Okay? Cool, 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 cool. So I went into the autoresponder account. Let's see. Yeah, I went into the autoresponder account. I'm just trying to think, man. I said I want to go in 3 accounts. Autoresponder showed you the list. Showed you. Oh yeah, autoresponder, JVZoo, one stream of income, and PayPal to show you how you go from leads to an income source to money in the bank. Okay. So cool, 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 cool. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a behind the scenes look at Build My List. Again, Build My List is a step-by-step training program that teaches you what? How to build your list. All right. So, and again, we're not even going to take a look at all of it, man, because I'm not trying to be here the rest of the evening. Some of you seen me actually send out some emails regarding this particular program, regarding this training. Let me just, again, I'm just going to cover the first part of it. There's a standard part or a basic part. There's a pro, and then there's an elite. I have the standard and I have the pro. Now, obviously, with the list that I build, I have a really good understanding of list building. Guess what though? I don't know it all, and I'm always trying to increase my knowledge. And if I'm going to transition from a free model to a paid model and go from, whatever amount of leads on average I generate per day to 100 to 500 to 1,000, then I need to learn from somebody that's doing that, or I need to learn more. So the first part of this program, first module, list secrets. Again, this is basic. This was basic information to me. However, I went through it and I took notes. Why? Because perhaps there was a nugget or two, which there was, that, or a different way that some information was presented that gave me a different perspective on it. So what is an email list? Why list building is important. Three main components of building a list: a squeeze page, writing emails, automating follow-up, money marketing versus relationship marketing. There is a difference. Single versus double opt-in, understanding open and clicks, because the bottom line is you can send out emails all day. If nobody's opening them, you're not making any money. And then when they open them, the objective is for them to click the link and go wherever it is that you're directing them to. So again, that's module number 1. Very detail oriented, step by step. And this is good information for especially beginners, but sometimes even intermediate or slightly advanced individuals. You need this refresher, you need these reminders. All right, module number 2, the profit machine. What is an autoresponder? Send lane. If you get it through here, you get it free for 90 days. Totally awesome. And let me just see here. Let me click on this. I can show you, in addition to my Aweber, I set up campaigns here in Send Lane. Some of you that are on here may have gotten a message from me on Send Lane, and so I'm going to be building this particular account also. You know, I'm building this account. Okay. Setting up your list, domain trick, setting up your landing page, your autoresponder, odds and ends, FAQ. Okay. This is module number 3. And this is pretty cool. Signing up for JVZoo and ClickBank. I just showed you JVZoo. Also, you can generate income on ClickBank. You can do CPA programs where, like, literally you can send something out. Somebody puts their email address in. You can earn anywhere from $1 to $3 just for collecting people's email address for other programs, companies, products, or services, and put them on your list at the same time. Now, who would like to just collect emails and get paid $1 to $3 per email you collect? How cool would that be? Like, people paying you before they get on your list. If you think that'd be cool, type in cool. Excellent, excellent. So everybody thinks that's cool. And again, what I want you to understand is that as a result of list building, ladies and gentlemen, you have the opportunity to create multiple leverage streams of income, not just multiple streams of income, multiple leveraged streams of income. Again, e-commerce, network marketing, online traditional business, offline business. If you're an entrepreneur, you need to be building a list. Bottom line, if you're not building a list, you're leaving so much money on the table, it's not even funny. Okay, finding a niche, learning what offers to promote, promoting Build My List, getting approved on JVZoo by these vendors here. Because when you first start off on JVZoo, if you're new and people don't know you and you've never promoted, sometimes it's a little difficult to get approved. And then even if you make a referral on something, they may hold your money like for 30 days just to build that relationship with you. Anytime you're new, you got to start somewhere, okay? So again, he goes through that, goes through setting up a brandable report, where to put it at, so that way people are just fiending to give you their email address. All right, module number 4 and 5, it gets really interesting. It gets really advanced. So landing page creator, inside of that autoresponder, which is called Send Lane, which you get 90 days free access to, there's a landing page creator. And landing page is another term that is used for capture page, which I showed you earlier on Dropship Mogul. Copywriting. This is something that's really, really important. Okay, cool. You got an autoresponder. Cool. People are putting their email address in. Well, you need to learn how to effectively communicate with people. You know, what it is that you want people to do. You need to learn how to write in a way where you reach people's heart. You touch their feelings through your written words. That's effective copywriting, ladies and gentlemen. Understanding conversions, typical expectations. You know, let's play, let's take a look at number 5 real quick here. All right, and this is pretty cool. It's free versus paid traffic, traffic strategies, his traffic source, premium traffic solutions, online traffic hub, Clickonomy, Facebook training, free training with SEO, Reddit, and much, much more, ladies and gentlemen. Very detail oriented, A to Z. Let me give you an illustration. Let me share an illustration with you here. So let's just say, we're just going to use this as an example. Let's say you had a list of 10,000 people. Okay, this was your list size. So on average, about 10% of the people, they'll open up your emails. Okay, so let's say out of 1,000, 10% open. So that's 10% open. All right. So then let's say out of that 1,000, and again, we're going to be really, really conservative. We're going to say that 1% purchase something from you at 47 bucks. So that's 47 times 10, which is $470. And it took you 15 minutes to write and click send. Does that illustration make sense to you, ladies and gentlemen? If that makes sense to you as far as list building, as far as creating leverage, generating income, how the numbers and the percentages work, which are very conservative, if that makes sense to you, type in the chat box for me. Makes sense. And I'm going to see how many people are going to type that in, and I'll drink some water. Excellent. Excellent, 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 excellent. All right, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not. Making money online is literally that simple. Is it easy to build a list? No way. It is not easy. Is it simple? Yes way. And I could go through all type of examples, like I could just go through all kinds of information, keep you here all night, but I'm not going to do that. It's literally that simple. Like, if you're in a network marketing or better yet, forget network marketing. Let's talk about e-commerce. E-commerce, okay? Let's say you had a list of everybody that purchased a product from you from your e-commerce platforms. And then at the click of a button, you can send them an email when you uploaded or presented a new item to the marketplace. See how that works? Boom, instantly, they know so-and-so has something available. Jacque has something available. Let me go check it out, see what it is. I already purchased from Jacque. I like Jacque. I trust Jacque. Let me go see what what he has on his e-commerce store. Man, I like that. Or man, I know somebody that could use that. Or I'd like to give that away for a gift. Cool. I'm going to spend some more money with Jacque. That's how your customer list goes, or that's how your list in general flows. Now, here's something else I want you to understand. Not everybody has an interest in everything. And so what happens to us a lot of times when it comes to network marketing, we build a list and we want the individuals on that list to join whatever opportunity it is that they initially expressed interest in. Well, guess what? Only a certain percentage of people that are on the list are going to join. And it's a very small percentage. However, what do you know? You know that they have a particular interest in whatever that list is built around. So why not share other things with them? It only makes sense. Why? Because they're going to spend money anyway on things that they already have an interest in or that they have a need, want, or desire for. Why not, if they're on your list, have or give them the opportunity to spend money with you? Does that make sense? If that makes sense, I want you to type in spend money with me. We're going to get a little bit more, advanced here. If that made sense to you, what I just said, type in spend money with me. Excellent. And you know what? I mean, like initially, I wasn't even going to, I was not going to record this information, but man, I feel like I'm dropping so much or sharing so much value and dropping nuggets here that this training will probably go inside of one of my membership sites. Like Literally, like this is good information. Granted, I'm sharing with you build my list. However, I'm also giving you the fundamental basics of generating income online. If you understand the fundamentals, if you build a solid foundation by building a list, you can market, sell, recruit, enroll, sponsor. You can do whatever you want on demand. Trust me, I know because I've done it. Last company, 15 months. I personally sponsored 450 people in 15 months. Current company, I've sponsored over 100 people, 6.5, 7 months. Why? I build lists. And again, I was building lists for free. So imagine what's getting ready to happen when I implement some of these other strategies and traffic methods. So there's Build My List Pro right here. And again, this just gets more advanced. I'm not even going to go through that because the bottom line is if a person doesn't understand the basics, then obviously they're not going to understand the advanced things. So let me jump back here to the PowerPoint and let me figure out where I was here. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. All right, so we went on the inside of build my list. I showed you what that was. Okay, build my list A to Z training. Is it for you? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Like literally, I do not know if this training is for you. That's up to you to decide. Now, here's a good question. Do you want to build a list? Well, the answer should be yes. However, it's only a matter of if you understand the value of building a list. Now, I'm going to share something else with you. When I first started, and I told you I was building a list for about a year and a half, I understood the value. I kid you not. However, I didn't have the appreciation. And if you don't have the appreciation, what happens is you have a short-sighted perspective, meaning you're not looking down the road. You're only looking at, hey, I got 10 leads on my list. I'm not making any money. This is costing me every month. I'm going to cancel it. That's the short-sighted perspective when you don't have an appreciation and understand the true value of building a list. So again, the question is, do you want to build a list? That's a personal question for you to answer. Do you want to control your income? Let me get a response. Who on this webinar wants to control their personal income? Just type in yes or no. I mean, I don't think that's a real difficult question. Who wants to control their income? Everybody put in yes. Let me tell you, building your list is one of the most essential leverage activities that you could do in your entire business that puts you in control of your income. I've said it a number of different ways. I'm saying the same thing, and the bottom line is build your list. All right, what assurances do you have? Because hey, we all want that warm and fuzzy feeling, right? We want to feel good. Well, I showed you it's a step-by-step training. Build My List is a step-by-step A to Z training. I have the training. I'm going through the training, and it's good stuff. There's optional upgrades. There's no pressure to upgrade. It's optional. That's totally on you. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Typically, when we're contemplating a purchase for something, that's what we want, a 30-back. That's what we want, a guarantee. All right, so how much is Build My List? There's the standard version. There's the pro version. There's the elite version. Build My List standard, $49. $49 step-by-step training. Here are two other bonuses. Now, just sit tight because like I said, we're going to transition to a Q&A here shortly. I'm going to give you a free gift, and I'm also going to do something totally insane, bonkers, bananas. If you were on my webinar earlier today, I'm making an adjustment, okay? All right, so Build My List, A to Z training, all 5 of those modules that you've seen, and a little bit more, is $49, like to get all that. The first 2 bonuses are 2 Traffic Pro and then easy opt-in. Hey, you'll find out about those later if you decide to build my list, the standard version, okay? Then there's Build My List Pro, which is the advanced section that's like $98, and then there's also Elite. So earlier I said, hey, if you get Build My List Pro, then you get 5,000 Facebook friends, 5-star profits, and the other 2 bonuses here. Look, I believe because this actually closes tonight. It actually closes tonight at 11:59, 12 o'clock, Pacific, Eastern Standard Time, one of those. I don't know. Anyway, hold on. I'll tell you here in just a second. So claim build my list today. This offer is going to expire tonight along with the bonuses at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So what do you need to do if you want it? Here's what you do, ladies and gentlemen. You go to Jacque T. Morris. Yes, that's the T. TTT. Jacque Ty Morris. Nah, JacqueTMorris.com/BML. That stands for Build My List. All right. Email your receipt once you do to jmorrisbiz@gmail.com. In the subject line, and again, you got to email it before 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will look at the time stamps on your receipts. In the subject line, put BML bonuses. Okay, yeah. In the subject line, put BML bonuses. Now, I said I believe in doing things, like I just believe in doing it big. So this is what I'm going to do. Absolutely, beyond a shadow of doubt, unreservedly, I'm thankful to each and every one of you that have come out here this evening and spent time on this webinar. So this is what I'm going to do. And let me see, it's 10 o'clock. So, well, I already said the bonuses expire at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. However, that was for the webinar earlier today. This is what I'm going to do, though. Let me back up, and then I'm going to take some questions, and then I'm going to give everybody their bonus. I actually should have put everybody's bonus. Well, you know what? I should have put no, I'll send it to you in the chat. Hold on just a second here. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. If you just get the standard version for 49 bucks, you get those two bonuses and these two bonuses. Crazy, insane, I know. That's what I do. All 4 bonuses. I don't even care if you get the upgrades. I like what I want you to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I want you to win. 5,000 Facebook friends. That's going to teach you some of my personal marketing techniques and strategies that I implement on Facebook that have helped me to extract over 1,000 leads from Facebook. That's what 5,000 Facebook friends is all about. 5-star profits. That's where I spent the better part of 2 years back when I was going through my struggles and I was contemplating going back to corporate America, and I earned over $8,000 on Fiverr virtually for free. So those programs are like, I think 47 and 47 respectively by themselves. 5-star profits has an upsell on the inside. You get those two plus these two just for getting the standard version of Build My List. So hey, I want to make sure you got more than enough firepower in your arsenal to not only go out and build your list, however, more importantly, to go out, ladies and gentlemen, and change your life. Okay, so there is everything. JacqueTMorris.com/BML. Let me send, I'm getting ready to send everybody their bonus. And, there's the information on the screen. If you got any questions, I'll take those in just a second here. Okay, well, if you already have 5-star profits, hey, that's just that. I don't want to say I'm sorry. It's just that, I was just like, hey, what can I do? So, yeah, and then I have some other things that are coming out. Should be next month, and then in 2016, I'm putting out at least 10 products. You heard it. You heard it here. Okay, so everybody that wants their bonus, here's the site that you need to go to. It is okay. Okay, I'm sending it over in the chat. Give me just 1 second. And okay, hold on. Okay. All right, and okay. So send to all. Okay, excellent. So to get your free bonus, you go to that website that I just sent you over in the chat. And if anybody needs me to send that back over in the chat, excuse me, just let me know and I will do so. Okay, so that's for your free bonus. That's free, FREE dot Jacque, JACQUE, no middle initial, Morris.com. So it's going to be free, FREE dot Jacque Morris, no middle initial.com. You can go over there. You can get your free report. This was something of value that I came across a couple days ago. And I was just like, look, I'm going to share this with everybody because, again, sometimes, well, for many of us, we have to start somewhere. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I started with free, and then, I just started going up, and up. So That's what I wanted to share with you this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Who has questions? I'll spend a few minutes getting the questions. You have the website, you have the email address where your receipt needs to go to, and you also have the deadline. Again, this closes tonight, and the bonuses are off tonight, and it just, yeah, tonight's the night. Tonight's the night. Okay, cool. All right, so let's see who has questions. Okay. With a zero-based budget but access to everything, when is it best to start? It's best to start building a list right now. Again, I started with a zero budget. You can start with free marketing, and there are a ton of different ways to do free marketing where you can build a list. All right, I thought I sent this over to everybody. Let me see here. Boom, 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 boom. Well, it should have came over hyperlinked. At least I thought I set it up that way. I don't know. I'll send it over again. Okay, cool. All right. Anybody else with questions? Oh man, like, like, did I do a good job this evening? Did I do a good job this evening? Did you enjoy that information? Are you going to take that information and put it to use and start building a list? Do you have to get a domain name? I would suggest everybody get a domain name. You don't have to. I'm definitely going to suggest that you do. Yeah, definitely would suggest that you do get a domain name. Also, for everybody, let's just say that you're just like, hey, Jacque, build my list is not for me. Again, totally cool. And you still want an autoresponder. Well, I'm getting ready to send a link to everybody, and that's going to be jacquemorris.aweber.com. You can go there and you can get Aweber for the first 30 days for $1, and then it's going to be 19.99. It's going to be 19.99 a month. So again, you can start with Aweber for $1, or you can get the Build My List, and then you can do SendLane, which is on the inside of there for 90 days. Yeah. Okay. Do we need to have a website? Not necessarily. Inside of the training, it's going to teach you how to build capture pages, and that's the biggest thing. You want something to you want to have a way to capture people's information, and then from there you can pretty much direct people to a number of different things, because you have to understand that everybody has different interests, and when you can figure out what people's interests are, then you can share things with them that appeal to them. And one of the cool things that you can definitely do with a list is you can send surveys to that list. That's something I said I'm going to start implementing more. And you, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you're on my list, you should start seeing those, because I want to, again, based on your level of interest, help you out in those particular areas, so that way you can excel. There's GVO, there's GetResponse, Aweber, there's MailChimp, and a host of others. For me, like, GetResponse is real good. I've used it. However, I'm more acclimated to Aweber, and me, I'm the type of person, just like with the smartphones, and I wish they were smart as they're advertised to be. I'm the type of person whereby when I get something set a particular way, I don't like to change it. I just like to keep it moving. So I've used Aweber more than any other autoresponder service. I just started here with SendLane, and I just absolutely love Aweber. Again, that's just my personal feelings about Aweber. GetResponse, as well as the other ones, they all have an affiliate program. So that means if you refer other people to them, you can definitely earn commissions. Yep. Do we need to have startup capital, or just a copy and paste technique? So as far as building your list, copy and paste technique definitely works. You don't have to spend money to build your list. And again, with the free bonuses that I'm giving you, with 5,000 Facebook friends, as well as um, oh man, a 5-star profits, you'll be able to not only build a list, you also should be able to generate some additional income. Yep. The elite section is either 98 or 99. So there's the $49 standard version. There's the $98 Pro, which I have, and then there's also the elite. I think it's 99. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 99. Okay, so yeah, they're 98 and 97. 98 and 97. All right. What if we don't have anything to sell or market? Uh, Trust me when I tell you that let me see, let me go back here. Let me go back here. This is gonna, that was an excellent question. Let me just page up. Yes, I'm going to be doing some other trainings and things, as far as, assisting individuals with different ways to build their list. Okay, so let me go here. Let me just go back. I want to show you something. Because somebody asked the question, what if we don't have anything to sell or market? All right, okay. So this right here, this 17 days, this $10,709.50, every single penny of that was generated by things that I don't own. So when I tell you there's so much stuff out there to sell and market, and that's what's taught in the training, that's the least of your worries, what to sell, what to market. How would you like to earn over $10,000 in a month selling or marketing other people's products that they created? You just simply share them with your list. It's powerful. It's very, very powerful. Granted, hey, your ultimate goal should be able to create your own products, but if you don't, you can market other people's products and generate over $100,000 in a year. Cool? Cool. All right. Any other questions? Let me see, what time is it? Have about 5 more minutes. And again, there's the site, there's the time, there's the email address. And I see. Uh-oh, let me see here. What did I do? I think I made a mistake. Did I do that? Yes, I did. I undocked it. Okay. Okay. Could you teach college courses on this? You know what? This type of stuff needs to be taught in college, so that way, they could pay off their loans before college students could pay off their loans before they get out of college. You know. So let me give you another illustration. Let's say that you have a health and wellness company. I'm in a health and wellness company. Let's say you find a CPA offer, which stands for cost per action, where people, they put their email address in to learn about a particular health and wellness offer, whatever. You get $1.50. So you get 10 leads, that's $15. So then you get paid, they're joining your list, and then you get to market your health and wellness company to them. You get to build a relationship with them. You get to invite them out on a webinar, a conference call. You get to make a video. Again, it's just so many different things that you can do when you're building a list. And all the smart marketers, I'm not calling anybody dumb, but all the smart marketers, they have a list. They are building their list. They understand that there's a ton of value, ton of money in the list. Okay, cool. All right. So, you could teach college courses on this. Okay, all right, I got it. I read that wrong. I thought it was, can I? Okay. So, okay. Any more questions? So you, ladies and gentlemen, have been phenomenal. You have been phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. Let me see here. I want to make sure I'm not missing anyone's questions. Okay, cool. All right. All right. How did everybody enjoy the training? How did you enjoy the training? Nobody enjoyed the training? Okay. Ah, I see what's happening here. Hold on, let me see. I see what's going on. Let me see here. Okay. Okay. Ah, man. What's everything is let me see here. Okay. All right. Somehow or another, you just gotta love this. Okay. Suppress roll, question, receive, rank. Okay. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right. So I was clicking the buttons and somehow I moved the chat box out the way. So therefore, I'm sorry. Okay, cool. Let me see. Let me just go back here. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Okay. I'll put that link in there for you. Do 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 do. Okay. 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 All right. Ah, you know what? I actually have so many groups. Oh, I have so many groups. However, just message me, Michelle, and I'll make sure you get taken care of. Okay, cool. So great value, very good, awesome, great info as always, Jacque. I appreciate it. Awesome, thanks. It was great, 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 awesome, great training. Now I see the importance of. Okay, excellent, excellent. Again, because very informative, very informative, and I'm not minimizing any company. I'm not minimizing e-commerce. I'm not minimizing anything that you do. I'm just saying that you need to become diversified as an entrepreneur because sometimes what happens is we get so locked in on and focused on one thing, which, I'm not knocking anybody. And then there's a ton of opportunities that are within arm's reach if we would just increase our knowledge and understanding and be committed to learning something else. So yeah, again, um, yeah, yep. If we would just increase our knowledge and just be committed to, again, learning something new, getting a little uncomfortable, and then watch your income increase. Cool, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. I'll hang out here for a couple more minutes and just see if anybody else has questions that I can answer.